Hello, and thanks for watching this short video. It focuses on the QuickBooks Self-Employed and how now my self-employed client can invite me as an accountant so I can add the self-employed subscription to my QuickBooks Online Accountant dashboard, the client dashboard list. Now, I cannot add self-employed to wholesale billing yet. I cannot instigate the invite or add the subscription from QBOA. It has to be initiated by my client who's using self-employed. And in this browser window I have here, I've just expanded. This is QuickBooks Self-Employed. The client, and again, you're not going to have a lot of clients using self-employed, but it's a great opportunity for the firm, particularly if you're doing, a lot of tax returns or just taking on new business. They don't all have to come from QuickBooks Online, Simple Start Essentials, or Plus. I mean, in my case, Clayton's a musician, so he gigs guitar at local restaurants and weddings and things like that. He only needs self-employed because he can still create an invoice, but typically everything's just coming down from the credit card and the bank feed. Right. So that's kind of the nature of self-employed. I'm not sending somebody a sales receipt, right, or something like that, or doing a journal entry or whatever. I got a few reports, mostly tax related. I just want to catalog everything, download it from the bank, and then choose between personal and business so that I can give my accountant, the proper reflection of my year gigging around Tucson, right? But it's nice to have it in your list of QBOA, particularly as you're moving more to the cloud and a firm of the future, and you're already supporting your QuickBooks Online Simple Start Essential and Plus clients with QuickBooks Online Accountant, and your staff are in there working. But what about the self-employed? So what they'll do is they'll sign into self-employed and go to the gear icon next to their name in the upper right, and they'll click on Accountant, which will be under the About You column. It's brand new. Literally just launched today. They announced it at QuickBooks Connect. Now, I've already invited my accountant. It's qbclay@gmail.com, but it's really just a field, and you just put in the email address. And you can just have one accountant user on the self-employed. But that's okay because, again, your staff that might be working on Clayton's file as well or running a report for you to do the return for, they can come into this file because I've given them access in the team page in QBOA. Right, so I don't need more than one. So I can remove the accountant and invite somebody else. But again, so I invited Clay, and here's the email I got, right, to my Gmail. It said, Clayton has invited you to access QuickBooks Self-Employed as an accountant user, right? Similar to any other QBO subscription invite you would get. Okay, so we have that. Now, once you accept the invite, what does it look like? So here is my QuickBooks Online accountant, and I've accepted the invite. I've signed in twice. And here is Clay, right, the musician. And if you hover over the QB meatball, it designates it. It tells me that it's self-employed. And the last sign-in was Clay, today actually, because he probably went in there and invited me. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the QB icon, and we'll go into self-employed. One other thing I want to show you. Now, it opens it up in a separate tab, and it even says we're opening up your client's, books, and then it gives you a nice little blurb about how you guys are the experts, etc. So it's really geared towards the accounting professional. I mean, when I went in there, I did not get that encouraging language at all. So you'll see the briefcase in the upper left, right? So you have self-employed. Now it opens up in a separate tab. So my accountant is over here, right? So I can go back to practice here or return to self-employed. So it is a separate tab because it's not QuickBooks Online. Self-employed is not considered QuickBooks Online, or else we would have called it QBO Self-Employed, but we didn't. We called it QuickBooks Self-Employed, but it's still online, still collaborate. So if you click on the briefcase next to your client's company name, I have a P&L report, the tax details report, quarterly taxes page, so places we think you'd want to go, as well as unreviewed transactions. So maybe you're going in there to choose between personal and business because Clay isn't sure. And then we can go to manage rules for the bank feed, and then a few tips there, right? And we'll just go to the P&L. But so you have about 5 or 6 tools that are just really direct links to where we think you'll want to go. And then you'll just do what you do and then go back to the accountant. So that is kind of the collaboration between the accountant with QuickBooks Online Accountant and QuickBooks Self-Employed. Thank you.